Bout number 2, we go to women's freestyle at 72 kilos. In the red, representing a Titan Mercury Wrestling Club, Olivia Fisk.
And wearing the blue, representing the Titan Mercury Wrestling Club, Victoria Francis.
All right, folks, and we're off with our second match here, our first women's freestyle match of the day. In the red, Olivia Fisk represent Titan Mercury, and both of these women represent Titan Mercury, as you will see. In the blue, Victoria Francis. Olivia Fisk, the younger of the two, and Spate, she's going for her third world team this year. Is that correct?
It is correct. She wants all age groups, and you see a lot of this youth movement and a lot of the different levels and styles, and here's an example of a veteran in Francis and the young, former, student, former Tyro, and is now advanced to the next stage, and here she is at Final X. It's good to see.
We have our first passivity coming in through here. Now, Fisk, as Spade mentioned, trying to make her third world team, made junior, U23, now looking for a senior. They actually wrestled in the U.S. Open, and that was a 5-4 win by Fisk with a late comeback, actually, coming back against
25 seconds,
Francis.
Needed a 2-point takedown to get it, as Francis gets a good snap down to put Fisk off balance. So Francis trying to come back here, get some revenge. It's a best 2 out of 3 series, so she needs to win 2 here, as everybody does to make the world team. But good short defense by Olivia Fisk there.
Well, and that's going to be a crucial position. You watch not only that match, but you watch a lot of Victoria Francis' match, right? She's going to try to pull you into that front head and either, go for easy go behind when maybe she's wrestling some opponents, maybe in the first couple rounds of the Open, and then kind of go misdirection, go throw by, which she scored a couple times with against Fisk, but Fisk did a really good job of, as we see, maybe underhook throw by here.
Another snap down into the short offense. Both wrestlers got warned for passivity, but it's not going to matter for Fisk. She drops down onto a double leg, gets the first points of the match, and leads 2-0 with 1:16 left in the first period.
An excellent job fighting off that throw by Francis. Pulled her up into the double, and then great job changing angles there by Olivia Fisk. Fisk, a sophomore at Simon Fraser. Her coach, Justin Abdu, in the corner.
It was a California State champ in 2017. So that's high school, and now she's at Final X. So incredible potential and learning curve on display from Olivia Fisk. But Victoria Francis has some tricks up her sleeve herself, so don't count anybody out yet.
And then of note, this is a non-Olympic weight, so we're gonna curious to see how these two kind of go. As once again, Francis trying to pull her into short offense here, front head position. Fisk not wanting to go to her knees here. You see her dropping that right arm down. And I'm wondering if she maybe she goes elbow control here, maybe tries a peek out.
Yeah, Victoria Francis controlling the action, just has to be careful she doesn't leave an opening for Fisk, as we've seen already. She's good at taking advantage of those opportunities.
And Simon Fraser as a whole, they're putting girls in Final X, putting girls on world teams. Last year we had Alex Hedrick wrestling that wasn't at Final X, who ended up being at Who's Number 1. But the women's wrestling program at Simon Fraser, led by Justin Abdu, is one of the best in the WCWA.
All right, we go to the break, and it's Fisk leading 2-0. We got keys to the match. Victoria Francis needs to lean on her experience. She's been on the big stage before. She has made, I believe she's made world teams.
Yeah, it was 2017 World. She was there in Paris.
Not that long ago.
Meanwhile, kind of what we were talking about in the first, right, for Fisk, set traps, right, looked a surprise. So exactly what you saw in that first takedown, waited for Francis, tried to hit that throw by, pulled her right into the double leg. So excellent keys to the match there as we get back to action in the second. And as I was mentioning with, Fisk and her WC WCWA coach. Francis, a two-time WCWA champ, with Christian Flavin and Ashley Sword, the Life University coaches, in her corner. So some good WCWA flavor in this one. As Spade, this is going to be a nasty 2-on-1 battle. Not just here, we're going to see it a lot in our USA Wrestling highly prioritizes the 2-on-1 for the women. So I'm curious to see how that battle plays out in this final 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
They're both pummeling again. Francis goes to the front offense, and now she's got a double leg going way off the mat and saved by the raised stage and a couple extra feet of space from going all the way to the floor. But that's 2 for Francis, so she now leads via criteria the last score. We're in the second period. A lot of time left for Fisk.
Spade, how about that? So we had the whistle off for 4. Judge and chair went 2. And we haven't had a whole lot of action in these first 2 matches, but the points are coming over on that edge.
They've all been to the left of us,
explosively.
almost right off the stage. I'm glad we have that extra
padding,
space.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Francis maybe looking to go that underhook throw by once again, pulling her into short offense.
And this is where conditioning, endurance are going to matter. Fighting from short offense there, as Fisk is doing yet again, is very tiring. Francis has a lot of weight on her upper body. So it's, as the match wears on, it's to Francis's advantage to continue to work in short offense here. Fisk just kind of maintaining position, and there's a stalemate. So action will go back up to their feet. We have 1:33 left in the second period. So plenty of time for anybody to get to a move. But time is on the side of Victoria Francis.
190 seconds, and you mentioned the conditioning, right? With Fisk scoring 4, outscoring Francis 4-2 in the second period of their open final in that late, less than 30 seconds to go takedown. Francis once again trying to work that underhook.
Heels to the edge. Fisk could not get her to step out, so good job circling in by Francis. She reaches for a knee pull.
Going to be hard shooting through those elbows there. Spade down to under a minute. And, we talked about tiring, but Fisk looks like she's in pretty good shape here.
I have been impressed by both wrestlers, the hand fighting, the level, the pace that they're keeping up, and the amount of power. As Francis drops on a snatch single, she's going to get one more as she pushes Fisk out. So kind of an insurance point. Fisk can still score. If she gets a 1 point here, step out, she'll still be leading by criteria. So good by Fisk to just give up the 1.
Well, and you talk about also the experience of Francis to just go, hey, let's just take the lead outright. Let's get a point on the board here, drive her out, not try to mess around with that. She goes on her throw by to her back.
Looking for 4. Great cement job. She tries to lean back on Fisk, but that should ice it. It's a 7-2 lead with under 20 to go. They're going to stay on the mat for a little bit longer. Fisk is going to have to go crazy big in the next 10 seconds if they come back up. Arm bar for Francis. They may let this match finish in parterre. And clutch feet to back from Victoria Francis. She's showing that the veteran still has some moves. Some good dramatic endings to 2 matches in a row to kick off Final X in 2019.
I love it, and I cannot wait to get a second look at all of Francis' points, right? Driving through, made the adjustments in the second period after Fisk scored on that takedown in the first, went back to her corner, talked to Coach Flavin, Coach Sword, and now with a 7-2 lead. Yep. And we got the smoke going here, so it's so dramatic. And I think this is going to be starting out with our first one, the takedown there. Spay, a 1
counter by Fisk.
0 lead for Francis. Now even in the series for the year at 1-1. We'll see what adjustments that Olivia Fisk can make.
This is driving almost right at the mat. There they go. Cheeks right to the boundary, right to the edge.
And the pancake finishes it off.
Finish. So let's go to a break after we watch that excellent